Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge and Taylor engagement is as good as over when the crew returns from Naples, Italy. Ridge will protest Taylor to the check and reunite with Brooke. But Taylor will condemn someone differently for her engagement ending. Eric has been Team Brooke for times, and he doesn't hide it. Taylor wrong to condemn him for Ridge ending their engagement? Eric has been campaigning hard for a bridge reunion. Brooke is the only woman for his son. In fact, he indeed made sure they both went to Italy on the trip and is easily hoping that sparks will fly between the brace. Not only has Eric been pushing Ridge and Brooke together, he may indeed sabotage Captain Nick's offer in Europe. Still, Eric Forrester will have played a huge part in it, if Brooke and Ridge get back together. It wouldn't be crazy for Taylor to condemn him for losing her man and not getting wedded. Taylor has had enough and will snap when Ridge returns home and tells her he's getting back together with Brooke. After decades between the women, Taylor has had enough. Scuttlebutt has it she may indeed try to get vengeance on Eric for encouraging Ridge to leave her. Taylor isn't going to physically attack her kiddie's forefather. But she surely knows enough about Forrester Creations' business to sabotage the company and get indeed with Eric. Steffi has left city and wouldn't be there to reel her scorned mama back in and move her to take the high road. She's surely a woman that's always on fire, right? Taylor admitted to Donna that she thinks her hubby Ridge still has the hots for her love rival, Brooke. Brooke and Ridge are about to go on a business trip to Italy while leaving Taylor before. You just know what might be in Naples, or under hostile bedroom wastes, right? Taylor is just acting insecure, but at the same time, she's being a realist. She knows what kind of woman Brooke is, what her character is, and all the effects that she's done in the history. Taylor would try and move Ridge that she should go on this trip to Italy too, but she hasn't done that yet. Rather, she's just blindly trusting her hubby that he'll do the right thing and not give in to Brooke's advances. Still, it's that she's the kind of woman who always gets what she wants, and that especially applies to the men in her life, if there's anything that we've learned about Brooke from the history. We've a feeling that Taylor's relationship status might change by the time this trip to Italy is over, and without any doing of her own. Watch this space as the drama is about to toast up. We'd suppose that the woman would have learned her assignment, but that doesn't feel to be the case at all. Taylor seems to be unconscious to what could fluently be when both Ridge Forrester and Brooke do during their work trip to Italy in the coming weeks ahead. Because if there's anything that we've learned about Ridge Forrester over the times, it's that he's not a man who thinks with his head. Because we all know what the answer is when it comes to what he really thinks. Taylor is supposed to be this world-class psychiatrist, is having a hard time prognosticating what her fiancé is going to do with his ex-wife on the other side of the world. Go figure. Someone give this woman an indication formerly. Breaky heart Taylor have a reason to be upset, you go she does, and she darn well knows it. Brooke and Ridge are about to fly to Italy on a business trip and revitalize their love. Just once they should surprise me and write a business trip that doesn't involve infidelity. Hopefully Ridge keeps his hands to himself. Hopefully he tries to not keep his hands to himself and he gets rejected for a change. Nick featuring about proposing to Brooke while Eric warns him against doing so. It's been delicate for Brooke to be in Italy with Ridge while they aren't together. The whole area is filled with bittersweet recollections, and now Ridge is engaged to Taylor. It presumably doesn't help that Ridge wasn't pleased to hear that Brooke's been kissing Nick. The two sisters haven't seen eye to eye since Nick lately came back on the scene. Of course, Brooke wasted little time in reminding Ridge that he's engaged to Taylor. Flashback her. Nick's been trying to get everything ready for his big plans. Unfortunately, he got bad news about the boat. Ultimately Nick got to where Brooke was, but Eric stopped him and let him know he wasn't welcome there ever. Lee floundering to keep her secret, Will and Electra enjoying a drama-free day, and Brooke walking into the evening with her new man. Brooke reached her breaking point and walked down from Ridge. Being in Italy with him was too important and too hard. She informed him that since he's engaged to Taylor that she's going to run off with Nick and pretend she no way met him. Ridge tried to reason with Brooke and prayed her to at least stick around for the events. But Brooke wasn't having it. She was tired of Ridge pushing her away. She was tired of watching him with another woman. Brooke wasn't doing any of it anymore, however, fine, but she wasn't going to stay around for him to change his mind presently, if Ridge doesn't want her presently. Nick was offering her the world and she was eventually ready to take him up on the offer. Eric demanded Nick leave incontinently. Nick wasn't going anywhere, however. He indicted Eric of setting up this trip to try to manipulate Ridge and Brooke, which infuriated Eric to no end. After Eric stormed, Nick set his sights on Brooke and ran down to the sundeck to get between her and Ridge. Ridge didn't like that veritably important and told Nick to leave. Rather, Nick offered Brooke his hand and asked her to choose. In the end, Brooke seized onto Nick and walked off with him into the evening. Electra pictured of the day she'd be the one in Italy. Will wanted that for her too and mentioned she merited it further than Brooke since she's a Forrester. He also suggested she model for the company. Electra laughed off the suggestion. She's a developer, not a model, silly. They talked about Luna and how thankful they're to no way have to deal with her again. They lived through enough of her trauma and troubles and chaos. They were glad everyone made it out alive. Electra did feel bad that Luna lost her life but Will did not. Luna made her bed and now she gets to lie in it ever. Sheila prayed for the details on Luna's final resting place. She demanded to get check and have a place to find solace over Luna's loss. The further fugitive Lee came, the further Sheila pushed. Lee came so frustrated she blurted out that there was nothing Sheila could do for Luna presently. As you can imagine, alarm bells chimed after hearing that strange and curious wording. Sheila reminded Lee that they're both Luna's grandmothers and they each earn a change to say farewell to her. Lee baffled and demanded Sheila back out. Also, she stormed off without indeed grabbing her takeout. The whole battle made her lose her appetite, she claimed. Cleric saw her run off and asked his woman what that was each about. Sheila streamlined Cleric about Lee's dispassionateness and turned down to answer any of her questions. Deacon wondered if it was just guilt and grief but Sheila wasn't so sure. It felt like further. Sheila can't put her cutlet on it, but her gut is telling her commodity is veritably out with Lee. While she can understand how everyone feels about Luna and her murder-inclined ways, Sheila loved her and just wants to ensure she's resting in peace. Luna remained unconscious. Lee took to her bedside and prayed her to open her eyes. She disregarded about minding for Luna as a child when she came for visits. She used to be such a sweet child and Lee was sure they could reverse the wrong, if only she'd come back to her. Cassandra's depiction of Grace was the gift that kept on giving all month. She demurred off the month satisfying everyone that Liam's time was running out and there was only one way to extend his life. That she was the only bone. Who knew the protocol to keeping Liam alive as long as possible? She sounded like a concerned croaker. Except it's getting decreasingly clear this croaker has a secret. Grace's phone went off over and over during nearly every scene with someone making demands. While we don't know who it's or exactly what they want, we know secrets are no way good. Whomever is draining Grace must have some serious dirt on her because she was a nervous wreck every time her cell telephoned. Grace was a master of her craft while working to save Luna's life when the messy girl was rolled into the ER after being shot. Latterly, she proved her worth in surgery by taking Sheila under the cutter and her bedside manner after removing another of the she-devil's toes was top-notch. She surely has what it takes to heal, so why is she hurting Liam? The biggest switch-up from good croaker to bad croaker came when she managed to swindle $1 million bones from Bill. She offered up a phenomenon cure for Liam and the Spencer men took the bait. Oh, boy did they take the bait. Bill transferred over the boatload of plutocrat and Grace helped remove Liam's excrescence. While everyone celebrated this grand palm, it seems it's not really a palm at all. It was nothing but a crazed ploy. We've to give Grace credit where credit is due, however. She at least feels bad about the mess she's made. Watching Creech show Grace's struggle with her deception kept us on the edge of our seats and we've to wonder what will come next. Will the guilt come too important and Grace will confess or will she crash and burn when Finn unearths the verity? Creaches kept us coming back for further as Grace dug herself into a deeper and deeper hole. The fake concern, the gashes, and the deception had us on the edge of our seats. She was everything we demanded and further.